welcome to Absent Mind Dyslexia Stories. I'm your host, Rachel, and this is episode 5. We will be continuing from last episode. We were talking about the main characteristic points of a dyslexic adult. Last episode we talked about their career. And in this episode, how many times am I going to say episode? And today we'll be looking at the general characteristics. So, let's jump into that, shall we? Highly intuitive, known to have street smarts, is often dead on in judging personalities of others. I guess I can relate to that. I don't know how to explain it, but when I meet someone, I get a general idea of their personality. It's really complicated to explain. Just as it says here, is often dead on in judging personalities. Do what you may with that, but I agree with it, but I don't know how to explain it. It just happens. Next pointer, whoops, stupid phone, may be able to sense emotions and energy of others. In a sense, sometimes, yeah. Sometimes I sense someone is sad, but they may make it obvious that they're sad. But I don't know. It's just one of those psychic type things that it's really hard to explain, but you know, it's there. It's hard to explain. May be able to sense emotions and energy of others. It's just, yeah, it's one of those psychic things that you just do. It's like walking, you just do it. It's like blinking, you just do it. And I just blinked a lot there. Next point, remember struggling in school, obviously. Frequently have dyslexic children and experience guilt when seeing own child struggle. Insecurities arise when reading to own children or helping them with homework. Well, I can't really relate to this since I don't really have any kids. But if you do have kids and experience this, then do what you may with this pointer. I can't really put any input to it. Next point is easily distracted, annoyed by noises and other things in the environment. Yeah, I think I can relate to this. Sometimes when I'm trying to record something and there is excess noise that's unexpected and floods around, and it's constant, like for example, floorboards creaking or someone in another room making a bit of a noise and won't stop making a noise, and just want them to be quiet because I'm in the middle of recording something. And at the minute it's the most quietest time that I can record. Apart from the rain, which is not really bothering me because that's a natural thing. And a crap door. But yeah, I do get frustrated with annoying noises when I'm trying to do something. Just like, shush, I'm trying to record. Next one, may appear to zone out and be unaware that it is happening. Yeah. I always zone out. I always go into a daydream. Sometimes I do it so often and I wonder where the time went. Yeah. I just like going into my daydream world. Just daydream a lot. Yeah, I do often daydream a lot, and can I help it? I've tried to help it, but when I'm doing something that I don't like to do, then I just go into a daydream much more than regular. I could go into a daydream right now when I'm trying to think of something and I'm wondering, what was I doing? Oh, I was recording! Then I wonder why my camera would die. Silly. Next point is enjoys video games. Yes, I love to play games, if you have not noticed. If video consoles didn't cost a hell of a lot, then I would have loads of video consoles, but I need money to live off. But yeah, if I had like tons of consoles and tons of games, I would totally play a hell of a lot and spend, if I could, and it may sound really lazy, I would love to spend most of my days playing games. It's just the way it is though. But I have stuff that I really want to make a career out of, which is media, and with the text-based stuff that I need to do, that kind of makes it a bit off-putting, which when I'm doing these videos for YouTube and everything, there isn't much text-based stuff apart from script writing here, which was a bit of a pain to do while I was sorting this out. I mean, I kept drifting off looking at video games online. Recently while I was doing this, I often search up gameplay of Tekken, because recently I'm talking, well, now while I record this, when this goes out live, I don't know. Right now I'm recently talking about the game Tekken with one of my friends. He introduced me to it, and as much as I can, I always search up Tekken gameplay and see what the characters do and how they react. Yeah, I really want to get Tekken 5. Because I don't want to buy another console that's going to cost a hell of a lot. Next point, misspeaks, misuses or mispronounced words without realising it. Yeah, that does happen, and sometimes without me knowing. So yeah, it does sometimes often happen, and most bad words do fall into that. For example, I want to say the word duck. You hear that? Duck, D-U-C-K, and mysteriously the D may change into an F accidentally, or the U in duck may accidentally change into an I. Is it related to Tourette's? I don't even know. I'm not the one to speak for Tourette's, I'm just curious. It's just a curious question. But yeah, some words do fall out and I get muddled up, get all crazy and tongue-tied. Yeah, I do mispronounce a lot of words. If you may have noticed, I do pronounce words a lot incorrectly. Again, back to Tekken, I found a new character. His name is Jinpachi, At first I call him Jalapeno because I didn't know how to spell his name. So I started to call him Jalapeno instead of Jinpachi. It's hilarious though. I think I still call him Jalapeno instead. It's more funny. Yeah, it'll be more easier. With new words or names, I always make them relatable to a name or word that I already know of. Which, again, Jinpachi Jalapeno, because it begins with a J, and, well, jalapeno doesn't end with an I, so. But it does begin with a J. Give me that. Okay, may have poor balance or may have poor balance or was very athletic. Yeah, I do have a bit of a wobble. Not as a wobble like I'm always falling over the place. I mean, I can't balance on one leg very long. So, yeah, sometimes I'm like, whoa, I'm a drunk. It's not a balance to be worried about, just clumsy. Yeah, it's clumsy, I'm just clumsy. I was interested in PE when I was in school, but now I can't really give a monkeys about it. I'm not sure if that would be relatable, but do what you may with that point again. Yeah, oops. May have an excellent recall of events that were experienced or not remembered at all. Yeah, that may relate to the long-term memory. Yes, I'll have to agree with that one. But it's a bit of a confusion one. It does confuse me. May have excellent recall of events that were experienced or not remember at all. Oh wait, yeah, I'm just messing up with that. Yes. Just experiences that you have done, or you have done them, you remember them, or you don't. Depends how big the experience was, in my opinion. Yeah. Sometimes during for a time they do fade away and they end up forgetting part of it. If it's not spoken about oftenly, then it would just fade away into the cracks of life and gone forever. But if it is spoken about constantly or on a daily basis or whatever, then I would remember this event. I do remember parts, main things like going to school for the first time, going to my secondary school for the first time. Well, I don't remember much about going to school for the first time, but I do remember parts of nursery school. But I was a very early age though. I remember parts of college. Yeah, I remember going to my first day of college-ish. That was more of an introduction day, but still a first day in a sense. Yeah, I have to agree with that one. I agree. May confuse past conversations or be accused of not listening. In the past, yes. Now, not so much. do end up forgetting, but occasionally people will expect that from me. I think they have a general idea of what dyslexia is about. Academic people, people who I work with, but not too sure about people who are out and about in general public. Yeah. It goes back to remembering the size of my bed for my duvets. I was told once, then I almost forgot about it. Then I was hoping my dad would say the number again, which he did, and I was like, yes, I better remember this. And then I finally went to type it into my phone, so I'll remember it for later. Next point. Difficulty remembering names of people without tricks, but remembers faces. Yeah, that does quite often happen. Sometimes it takes me about around 3 weeks. Depends how often I see the person, that's the thing. If I see them daily, then I'll generally pick up their names. But if it's like not so often, then it will be longer. But yeah, I do remember faces more strongly. I always make up words, don't I? I always remember faces more stronger than names. Again, I think it's more related to textual analysis issues, and remembering faces, that's more of a practical issue. Next, second to last point, difficulty remembering verbal instructions or directions. Yes, I do agree with that one. Sometimes, but it's not all that often. I'd like people to repeat the instructions or directions again, so I'll make sure that I understand what is happening, or either that, if they could write it down for me so I can look at it and I think, that's what I need to do. And like a project brief, for example. I won't remember it, but I can look at the brief to see what it's about, because this does relate to short-term memory problems again. So, yeah, it's another note you can take or leave with. And last point, poor recall of conversation or sequences of events. Yeah, I think I can relate to that one as well. Sometimes I get told that I've done something, but I don't remember doing it. In serious matters, not joking matters, serious matters, most of the time, or half or most of the time, I end up forgetting that I actually did the event or said something. My brother's always talking about past events of what I did, but I never remember him. Probably he's talking a load of rubbish, but it happens. I could have done it, but I couldn't have done it. It's one of those mysteries that is a bit of a muddle to me. And that is the last one on the general list. In episode 6 we will talk about math or maths and general time management. I read that wrong. Time management and directions. Again, like I said in a previous episode, I don't want to flood too much information in one sitting. So, once again, I want to thank you all so much for watching. I hope this was an interest to you. I hope some of these points you could relate to. and I hope to see you all in episode 6. Bye bye.